For centuries, Rome believed its vast empire was completely untouchable. But one man shattered that illusion, striking absolute terror into the hearts of millions of citizens. As a child, Hannibal Barca was forced by his father to swear a sacred oath of eternal hatred against Rome. He transformed that childhood oath into a deadly, single-minded obsession that nearly brought down a superpower. To break his enemy, he conceived a military campaign so insane, no commander had ever dared to try it. He was a master of war, but his final defeat didn't come from a battlefield. It came from the backstabbing politicians of his own homeland, who left him entirely out to dry. In 218 BC, Hannibal marched an army of 90,000 men and 37 war elephants straight toward the Alps. His men battled brutal freezing blizzards, treacherous icy cliffs, and hostile mountain tribes who attacked from above. Thousands of soldiers and massive beasts fell to their deaths, swallowed entirely by the frozen ravines. Yet, against all geographic odds, the Ghost Army successfully emerged into the green valleys of northern Italy. The Roman Republic panicked, instantly throwing massive legions forward to crush the exhausted invaders. But Hannibal didn't just fight the Romans. He masterfully manipulated their anger to walk straight into a trap. At the Battle of Cannae, his tactical genius completely surrounded and slaughtered 70,000 Roman soldiers in a single afternoon. Rome was utterly paralyzed with fear, expecting Hannibal to breach their city gates at any moment. But Hannibal was fighting a war on two fronts, and his worst enemies weren't in Rome. Back in Carthage, wealthy, corrupt politicians grew intensely jealous of his rising fame and military power. While Hannibal spent 15 long years dominating Italy, his own government refused to send reinforcements or vital food supplies. His veteran army slowly began to starve and exhaust their resources, while Rome rebuilt its broken legions. The brilliant Roman general Scipio realized Carthage's fatal political divide and launched a direct counterattack on Africa. To save their own luxurious palaces, the panicked Carthaginian politicians ordered Hannibal to abandon his campaign and come home. At the Battle of Zama, a starved, undersupplied Hannibal finally suffered his very first military defeat. Carthage surrendered, but the bitter politicians blamed Hannibal for the loss, forcing their greatest hero into a lonely exile. He spent his final years running from city to city, hunted relentlessly across the ancient world by paranoid Roman assassins. Realizing that capture was completely inevitable, the aging general refused to give Rome the satisfaction of a public execution. He poured a small vial of poison, drank it down, and took his own life in total isolation. Decades later, Rome returned to Carthage, burning the entire city to the ground to erase his memory. But they failed, because Hannibal's legendary defiance outlived the very stone walls of both empires. He proved that a single man's determination could shake the foundations of the world's greatest superpower. Hit that subscribe button to unlock the raw truth behind history's greatest legends. See you next time on The Retro Lens.